Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Grind Time podcast, where together we are turning our to do list into our did list with the goal of finding gratitude in the things that we were able to get accomplished today as an entrepreneur. My name is Evelyn LaChapelle, and I am the owner of the CallTheWeLady.com gift shop curated for the wee lady in your life. I am also the founder of ladieslovingandliving.org, a nonprofit organization dedicated to serving women post incarceration. I am a part of that population. I received 87 months in prison for a nonviolent cannabis offense. More about that later. And I am also the co-curator of Canna Kick It, the premier cannabis day party here in the Bay Area. And so I am an entrepreneur of sorts, and I am documenting my journey on becoming a profitable entrepreneur. Because how many of us have been in this business and we are generating revenue, but we are spending, and it's just not, we're not getting over that hump of making more than we are spending. And so this podcast is me documenting my journey of becoming a profitable entrepreneur. So, for sure, I want to be able to encourage you all to find gratitude at the end of the night. But I also want you to be able to learn from the things that I am learning, from the mistakes that I've made. And I want to be able to come back a year later and say, yo, I remember that day. And I am so grateful for where I am today. So, I'm just going to jump right into it and walk you through what I did today as an entrepreneur. So I started my lease return. That's what the note says. Started my lease return. I got a new car yesterday, but I'm having to do the paperwork of returning the old car. It's not fun. Tesla is not that user friendly. Everything is on an app. There's nobody to talk to. So I started that process today. Also had to pay car insurance on two cars. I wasn't happy about that, but paying car insurance makes the list. Most times when I pay bills, it makes the list because I want to be able to find gratitude at the end of the night that I got that done. So put your bills on your list. I also joined the equity trade weekly call. I've mentioned this call before, but every Tuesday, I dated this episode, but every Tuesday I'm able to hop on the phone call with about 40 other brands that are operating in this space as an equity brand. And so we're able to discuss ways how we can amplify each other, how we can collaborate on events. I'm in the learning phase of entrepreneurship where I have like taken a step back, gotten rid of the assumption that I know everything. Listen, as an entrepreneur, you do not know everything. You got to get that out of your head. This is not a space, business building is not a space that you want to jump into assuming that you know everything. If you've created a seven-figure business before, then maybe you know something. But I can guarantee you that failures came prior to that, and then you had to stop and you had to learn. And so I'm in the learning phase of becoming profitable. And that phone call that I have every week is me learning. And so, all of that to say, find you a group, find you a group that you can tap in with, whether it just be an entrepreneur group. If you are as lucky as I am and you can find a group within your industry, I suggest going on Eventbrite, typing in your industry, and you might find some mixers, you might find some webinars, you might find some community groups on Eventbrite. But if you can't, I can guarantee you, you will find some information on YouTube. For example, today I watched Myron Golden, Why Most YouTube Channels Fail. Since I'm growing a YouTube channel, I am researching on how to grow a YouTube channel, and Myron Golden popped up. And one of the notes that I took was to set an intention. And the intention of this podcast for me is to help the audience find gratitude. It was huge for me to start finding gratitude in this journey, because otherwise you're just going to let it beat you up, because this becoming an entrepreneur will literally beat you up every day. And those who are succeeding are the ones who can get beat up and still get up every day. The ones who can get beat up and find gratitude in the beating. Like, have you ever got whooped and then been like, I was so blessed to get that whooping? Probably not. But in this industry, you are going to have to learn how to find the blessings in the whoopings. And so, anyways, I watched Myron Golden. He told me to set an intention. And so, my intention is to help us all find gratitude in the whoopings of entrepreneurship. After I watched that, I went to the storage to drop off or to return the inventory that I had pulled for the photo shoot, the product photo shoot a week or so ago. It's been a blessing to have a storage unit for my inventory. Like most of you all, if you have an inventory, you started off with it being in your house. And so my inventory set first in my dining room, then I had to like move it to a larger corner in the living room, and finally it's in a storage. And as much as I hate making that drive to the storage to fulfill, orders, it is nice having it out the house. So I feel you if it's still in your house, but when the time is right, look into a storage. Find someone you can share a storage with. I split my storage with my sister. So after that, I then went to the post office to drop off 2 items that I sold on eBay. eBay sells stuff. I didn't know that eBay sold stuff, but eBay sells stuff. And so I dropped off 2 orders for eBay. And then I prepared a quick dinner for my daughter because I'm a single mother and she has to eat. Shout out to the parent entrepreneurs. Like what? Like being a parent makes you an entrepreneur of a person. Like, that's crazy. Like it makes you the owner of a person that you've got to like build and all of that. So shout out to you all who are finding ways to create and manage human beings while also creating and managing a business. So fed her. Then I edited and scheduled the 3 episodes that I recorded yesterday. I actually recorded 4 episodes yesterday, but the matter of fact, let me check. The fourth one was recorded with no sound, and so it'll never see the light of day. I'm not re-recording it, and in fact, this episode that you're watching right now, this is my 4th time recording this episode. If this doesn't work, you'll never see this one either. So, yeah, let me explain. Let me explain to you why. Let me check again because I would be super frustrated. But the humble beginnings of the Grind Time podcast. I'm recording this in my bedroom at my desk. We'll talk about bedroom offices on another episode, but we're in my bedroom at my desk. I have a tripod in front of me with a ring light attached that I just got off Amazon, less than $40, like nothing fancy. I have this like $20 microphone where the receiver is in the end of the phone, and I have this here. And the camera is not forward facing, so I cannot see myself. I cannot see what's happening on the phone. I really can only assume that it is still recording. I've made that assumption now 3 times and it wasn't. Actually, twice and it wasn't. The first one, I got a text message that came through in the first 5 seconds, and that was my bad. Put your phone on do not disturb. And then this last one, the fourth one, it was the microphone was not green light. It didn't have the green light on it. I needed to charge it. And I almost quit. Like after that, when I got up, I walked away. I was wrapping my hair. I was getting in the shower. And I was just like, Evelyn, just do it one more time because you need the episode. You've been putting it off. You finally have the energy for it. 4th time's a charm. So, but this is humble beginnings, right? Like this is you working with what you got. So shout out to the people who have recorded a podcast and it wasn't there when you were done and you still did it again. Shout out to you all for that consistency. So here we are. I edited and scheduled 3 episodes of the Grind Time podcast. I added 10 items to my eBay store. eBay is pretty cool in the sense that they have some AI integrated into their sellers app, the selling portion of their app. And so that when you add an item, if it's already been there, if This cup has already been on eBay. I can literally copy and paste all of the characteristics. It'll pop up black. I think this is a 16 ounce, maybe more, I don't know. Wide mouth. It will give you all of those details, and you can copy and paste, set your price, and you'll be done. It's a 2-minute process. If the item is not there, you have to do a little more, adding the color, the size, the weight, all of that. But then AI will still generate a description based off of all of the characteristics that you've selected in your post, and you can post it and you're good to go. I'm enjoying the eBay store because people are buying stuff and I didn't know that they did, and it's always feels good when people buy stuff from you. Also because it's like sustainable shopping. We buy, like, I'm a consumer. Trying not to be a consumer, but I'm a consumer, and so we buy clothes regularly. We buy clothes for special events that we don't wear again. They either sit in the closet or they end up getting tossed or they end up at the Goodwill. And so this way I know that my garment is now new for somebody else, and I got a couple bucks for it, so I'm enjoying eBay. If you got stuff in the closet or stuff lying around the house, I encourage you, take a picture, put it on eBay. You don't need it anymore. Declutter. And that was my day. That is how I am ending the day with this episode. This is the last thing that I'm doing today, is recording this episode that you will see within the next 2 days. I hope that you learned something. Please subscribe. That is how you grow a YouTube channel. I had so much more to say to you in the other 3 times that I recorded it, but the truth is I'm over it, and sometimes you'll just be over it. So I hope you all have a wonderful evening. I hope that's how over it I am. You've got to come back to your list and find some gratitude. And how I find gratitude in looking through this list was, I really had to shift my mindset. There's that scripture that says to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And if you are getting to the end of every night saying, dang, I didn't finish that to-do list. Dang, I never got to those emails. Dang, it's 30 things on the list. I only did 15, right? Like if you have 30 things on your list and you only did 15 of them, by our standards, by the standards that we have been trained on our whole life, that's only 50% of the work. And that's an F, right? And so you just feel like you're going to bed with a full F just by completing half. But I had to shift my mindset to say that everything that I did today, needed to be done, and it was a blessing to be able to do it, and try again tomorrow. So get your list, come back to it. This is what you did today, and start it off something like this, right? Like, I was blessed to start my lease return, to pay my car insurance, to join the equity trade call, blessed to have a storage to return my units to, drop 2 items off that I sold on eBay, prepared a dinner for my daughter. What a blessing. Edited and scheduled 3 episodes, and added 10 items to my eBay store, and was able to learn from Myron Golden for free on why most YouTube channels fail. So today was a blessing. I've got about 9 things done, and I hope that they helped you. I hope that you learned something about YouTube and about the benefits of connecting with people in your industry. And if you did nothing else, I hope that you have come to your list and found some gratitude in your grind. So, good evening. I hope this episode recorded. I hope that the sound worked. And I hope that you get to see it in a couple days. Please subscribe, learn, and like, and help me grow this YouTube channel.
But there's one person that I never thank. I never thank her. And that's myself. Because I'm out here grinding. I feel like Issa Rae says entrepreneurship means doing that shit yourself. And I know all